What is happening, everybody? Trey here, joined by my dad, Sean, and today, our reactions to the classics. We're going to be doing a reaction to Bill Callahan and his tracks America! Exclamation point. Versus Writing for the Feeling. Shout out to our longtime friend and patron and frequent live stream viewer, T Super, for requesting this one for us today. I am not familiar with the musical artist Bill Callahan, so I'm looking forward to diving into this.
No, we just know the football coach, Bill Callahan. So as you were saying, T Super always brings great stuff, as do many of our patrons. You guys support us in a way, check out the Patreon link below or the Patreon link on the end screen. Patrons make this thing go, and you manage them the live streams. They're on YouTube and Twitch on Mondays and Wednesdays. Come check us out, hang out with that. T Super's become one of my favorite members of our community, so I have high hopes for this. He says for July, themed in part for the 4th of July, as he's also in the States as we are. Song battle with two of the best songs from Bill Callahan's excellent 2011 LP, Apocalypse. I found he's an American singer-songwriter and guitarist who has also recorded and performed under the band name Smog. He began working in the lo-fi genre with homemade tape albums recorded on 4-track cassette recorders. His work, in addition to lo-fi music, has encompassed apocalyptic, folk, and gothic country.
Okay, well, this record is his third album released under his own name and 14th overall when including LPs released as Smog, so very prolific artist. Mojo and Pitchfork both placed it at number 23 on their list of the best albums of that year, 2011. So, as always, man, going to have the lyrics pulled up, take the song in, give our thoughts, and then we'll check out Writing for the Feeling after that.
America, 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 America. You are so grand and golden.
I'm digging the fuzzy guitar work we got in the back here.
Deep in America tonight. America, America. I watched David Letterman in Australia. Oh, America, you are so grand and golden. I wish I was on the next flight to America.
Such an interesting arrangement.
Oh, yeah, man. It's definitely unique.
Captain Christopherson. Buck Sergeant Newberry. Leatherneck Jones. Sergeant Cash. What an army. What an air force. What a Marines. America. I never served my country. America, America. Afghanistan, Vietnam, Iran, Native American, America. Well, everyone's allowed a past. They don't care to mention America. America. Well, it's hard to rouse a hog in Delta, and it can get tense around the Bible Belt. America. All the lucky suckle teeth of this tall pig knuckle meat. Ain't enough teeth, ain't enough teeth, ain't enough teeth. Ain't enough teeth, ain't enough teeth, ain't enough to eat. In America.
All right, America by Bill Callahan right here. Very unique track for sure, and I think it's apropos that it's on a record called Apocalypse.
Yeah, and I think the longer it went on, the more it really I really enjoyed it. It's almost it's almost hypnotic, the America. Yeah. And there, Bill did talk about this song in 2016. I think it really helps understand the song. He said, I wrote it in about 2006, even though it came out in 2011. I noticed America was becoming more and more downtrodden on itself. And I was used to hearing anti-American sentiment around the world from traveling around playing music for 25 years. But when I got back to America and heard it from within the country, it was time. I felt I needed to write a love letter to America. It's called America with an exclamation point. Now, saying that, there's positives in here, but he also doesn't shy away. It's not this rah-rah, pie in the sky, like how great it is to live in America, which we live in. And I'm thankful we live here, but... you know, he's saying the good stuff about it. He's saying he's in Australia, but he gets to watch David Letterman, getting that little
the wide range of American, pop culture that
exactly
you can see. But I really liked how he name dropped some classic artists.
You got George Jones, you got Johnny Cash, you got Chris Christopherson. He says he never served his country. Then he calls out, Trey, Afghanistan, Vietnam, Iran, Native American. He said Iran instead of Iran. He's going to be said anyway, but because it rhymed with that. America. Well, everyone's allowed a past. They don't care to mention America. So he's calling out the mistakes.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was one of my favorite verses in the track. And I mean, we got to, of course, mention the guitar work, which is just searing throughout. And
so good.
I think really did a great job of reflecting probably a lot of the emotions that Bill himself was feeling right in this song. It's like, it's a bit of there were some intense, guitar portions in this track, which
there was
reflects the kind of history of America that can get a bit intense in there, obviously.
Yeah, and I think like that was a perfect backdrop for this song, because if it was acoustic or something, it just would have been like, okay, the song's...
And it started out just very fuzzy, from the gate, which...
But great point on the guitar work.
Which set the tone. So, yeah, man, I dug this one, and it's, like you said, the whole delivery of America, like, you just kind of got caught up in that the longer it went on. But now, from the same record, right, we are going to Writing for the Feeling. And T Super noted a great confessional look at an artist's life on the road.
All right.
It's never easy to say goodbye. And to the faces so rarely do we see another one, so close and so long. I asked the room if I'd said enough. No one really answered. They just said, don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go. Well, all this leaving is never ending. I kept hoping for one more question, or for someone to say, who do you think you are? So I could tell them with intensity, a drop evaporates by law. In conclusion, leaving is easy when you've got someplace you need to be. I'm giving up this gig for another season. With the TV on mute, I'm listening back to the tapes on the hotel bed. My apocalypse. My apocalypse.
Album title.
Yeah, there we go,
I
man.
realized I had said very little about waves or wheels, or riding for the feeling. Riding for the feeling is the fastest way to reach the shore, on water or land. Riding for the feeling, 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 riding for the feeling. What if I had stood there at the end and said again and again and again and again and again, in answer to every question, riding for the feeling, 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 riding for the riding, for the riding, and for the ride. riding for the feeling, riding for the feeling, riding for the feeling. Would that have been a suitable goodbye?
All right, writing for the feeling coming in here, and I like this battle because we had the intensity of America,
Right.
and this much more low key instrumentally on here.
I agree, and some similarities though in the fact that the title of the song is repeated over and over. That was kind of interesting, like just like it was in America. More lyrics in this one, obviously, but riding for the feeling. I like the sentiment because you think about it. He had mentioned in that quote in 2016 on this song that he had, when he wrote this in 2006, he'd been on the road for 25 years as a musician all over the world. Basically, sounded like. And that life of solitude of being a guy that neither one of us had ever heard of.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's making a living as a musician, and there's some bands you like really well that aren't popular that we've talked about before, like the grind that is just not to be rich, just to provide for your family and yourself, and
make a living and hit the road,
and no one ever knows who you are. But he doesn't apologize for it. He's saying it's kind of hard. All this leaving is never ending. They just said, "Don't go, don't go, don't go." I kept hoping for one more question or for someone to say, "Who do you think you are?" so I could tell them. But in conclusion, leaving is easy when you have someplace to go, he says. Because he's addicted to the feeling, right? That adrenaline, that performance. So I thought it was a very transparent and the opposite of what the direction you think the song would take.
No, definitely. I thought there was some really strong just lyrics on here, and you highlighted them, and I think you summed up the track really well. Just for every superstar that we see on TV or who's topping the charts, there's who knows how many musicians that obviously will never make it. I mean, the music business is very difficult, and even if you do make it, in a sense, you got to support yourself from the tours and from the grind of hitting the road. And at the end of the day, though, if you're doing what you love, you're riding for the feeling, so to speak. And I just think that Bill summed that up quite well. And but I like his voice too. Just kind of reflects somebody that has some wisdom or who has had some experience in this life. So I think with his voice adding to the lyrics he wrote, it was a good match up right there. So all that to say, Dad, what do you have here winning? It's going to be Bill Callahan, but
I was going to say I got Bill. You summed this up very well. The differences in these songs, it makes it so tough. Part of my recency bias just wants to say "Riding for the Feeling" because that's going through my head. I'm actually going to go "Riding for the Feeling," although I would say, if you made me pick the quote better song overall, it is America. But I enjoyed "Riding for the Feeling" just a little bit more because I like that transparency and the lyricism of it.
No, I think it was a very even battle here.
Was.
I'm going to lean just a little bit to America. I just think the soaring guitar work that was on there just gives it the slight edge. But "Riding for the Feeling" was probably had you could argue a better set of lyrics to it. So all in all, man. Shout out to T Super for introducing us to Callahan.
Yeah, and if you're not following along on the channel, guys, we're doing an album draft every week. We put up a new year. We started in 1965, and we're filming this right now. We're at the year 2000, but I like doing these because now I got an album to add for 2011. I'll go listen to this whole album. So thank you, T Super, for that as well, and thank you everybody for joining us.
Yeah, let us know your winner down below, and until next time, y'all, thanks for watching. Happy listening, and we will see you.